Alright, there we go. Just a little 10-second delay, but what's up, everybody? Welcome to my Smackdown review, and we got a lot of news on the show tonight. A lot of things went down tonight for Smackdown. Still, I like to call it the superior show, other than Raw, but we kicked off the show with Dolph Ziggler, as he pretty much said, we did it, and, you know, he put his career on the line, and his emotions got the best of him, but he is the new Intercontinental Championship. He said, if you don't believe him, check your TV guide button, press the info, because he was still here. Because that would be the last time he walked down that aisle, being in the locker room, taping up his fists and wrestling in this ring, and he even doubted himself. But he said he belonged here, and he deserved to be the champion. Until Miz and Maurice came out, pretty much wearing dark glasses, as you know, pretty much Miz says, you know, oh, the crowd is happy. Are you guys happy? And he said he was mourning the loss since they're wearing all black. But they're mourning the loss of him losing the Intercontinental Championship that once had prestige. It was very valuable to SmackDown when he had it. But now since Ziggler has it, you know, he wins it. It's a funeral for the championship. That's what it is. A funeral for the title. But Miz pretty much said, you know, you think this is over? You think your kids will see? That was Act 2 of this story. And the hero gets the gold and the girl at the end of the story. But here's the thing, I already got the girl right now, since this is going to be an Act 3. But Ziggler, pretty much, you know, let's look at the footage, because people started chanting, you were crying, pretty much, after he lost the Intercontinental Championship. And he's keeping his title, and he's never losing it to him again. But he pretty much told Ziggler, you know, I'm not done with you yet. So the Spirit Squad is still here, surprisingly, on SmackDown still. I am a little surprised to see that, but Ziggler went against both Mikey and Kenny, and also SmackDown pretty much kept the show playing during commercial by doing that thing where they play the show and have the commercials on the side while the match is still going. So Spirit Squad is still here, which Ziggler pretty much ended up winning a super kick on Kenny Dykstra and winning the match. After that, pretty much Miz came in and jumped him with the Spirit Squad, and they just beat him up until Rhino and Slater came out for the save then, taking out the Spirit Squad and the Miz. So, I don't know where Act 3 is going to go, since pretty much the best match they had was in No Mercy, and should have been the conclusion of it after Act 2. I don't know, we need to see another rematch, which will probably happen anyway, since, you know, Miz has a rematch clause anyways, but can they still go the extra mile and keep this thing going? Maybe, but after they did at the pay-per-view, do we need an Act 3? Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon made an announcement for Survivor Series, and I got a lot of thoughts on what they said for this Survivor Series thing, because, let's just be honest, we've seen a lot of Survivor Series tag matches, and they have never been that great nowadays. And some people will go back to one that was actually really relevant. That was one of the greatest Survivor Series matches. Well, recently, it was probably 10 years ago when it was actually Raw versus SmackDown in 05. Now, some can count the one back in 14 with Ziggler getting the win, but it meant nothing. I know Sting came out, but come on, the Authority was back in, a few weeks, and Dolph Ziggler went nowhere after he won the whole Survivor Series. And a lot of these Survivor Series matches, they just group some guys together, and hopefully it'll be a great match. Some go back to 2013, I believe, when Roman took out everybody at the end by himself in that match. But Survivor Series matches have just been, really. It's just like they just add some guys together and hope they have a great match out there. And when Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon announced this, it will be Raw versus SmackDown, which will be the traditional 5-on-5, and it will be Raw versus SmackDown. Then there will be a 5-on-5 tag team, so that's 20 people. And then there's a 5-on-5 women's match. I don't know, when they do women's Survivor Series matches, just look, they just group the women together and the match will be done in 5 minutes. I remember that long one they had in 2014 where I wanted it to end because I just couldn't stand it anymore. It's like, in the match. So, yes, I could never, I don't know, I just could never stand that one women did it 2 years ago, the 2014 one. was just horrible. It was a horrible Survivor Series match, and listen, what do I see who's going to be in this match? If I'm counting the tag teams for Raw versus SmackDown, even with the champions, I don't think a lot of titles may be on the line, but maybe just on the line. But if we're going to count tag teams for Raw and SmackDown, Raw, you'll probably have New Day, Enzo and Cass, The Club, Cesaro and Sheamus, and Golden Truth. I'm just picking. And SmackDown, you'll probably get American Alpha, the Usos, Heath Slater and Rhino, the Hype Bros, and the Ascension. Now it's 5-on-5. It's many ways this can go. Somebody tried to tell me here that it could be Team Roman versus Team Cena. But, the women, until Becky is probably better, which she'll probably be part of anyways, it'll probably be Becky, Naomi, Nikki Bella, Alexa Bliss, and, who was part of the women's roster? Natalya or Carmella versus, if it's Raw, then probably the Elitists right there. Sasha, Bailey, Charlotte, Nia Jax, well, Paige. I don't even know how long Paige is long for this company, to be honest, with the second suspension, the stories that is going everywhere with her right now, which is insane. I don't know. Come on, if she had neck surgery and she has medication, stop suspending this girl. It makes no sense. But now WWE says she had an illegal substance, so I'm not really sure on what you can say on that and everything. I don't know how much you can say for that. But if we're adding a fifth woman, who else is on? Oh, probably Dana Brooke for Raw, even though the Raw's women's division is sitting around 3 people anyways. But and as for the regular Survivor Series 5-on-5, I don't know if the world champions will be part of this, really, if they are. But if I'm picking what the world champions are, you can be AJ, Ambrose, Cena, Ziggler, Miz versus Owens, Jericho, Reigns, of course, most likely, Rusev, Seth. I don't know. I'm just pulling my name out of the hat right now. I don't know. I'm a little iffy on the Survivor Series things, unless they wanted something that's making history, or people can take this really any way they want to put it, really. But something in its history, something in its I don't know what they're going with this, but I guess they have a lot of plans for this. Next was Chad Gable versus Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso won, even though I think the finish looked a little bit weird, even though he put his legs up on Jimmy, and it is like he didn't like even push him. It's just like he just put his legs there on him, and it didn't even look like an advantage roll. And Jimmy Uso got the win. AJ Styles came out talking about his win for No Mercy. He beat both John Cena and Dean Ambrose. He invited them down here, but they're a bunch of losers. Why don't you cheer for them? It's John Cena's probably trying to be Kelly Ripa's co-host, and Ambrose is just a lunatic loser. But I could try anyways, because I beat John Cena, I beat Dean Ambrose at the same time. And you know what? I'm gonna give somebody an opportunity, and he's not even part of the roster, because you say you had him beat him back like at. You're not even part of the roster until Dean Ambrose came out. Says I had you beat at Backlash, and Styles said anybody knows you 2 guys can't make 1 guy tap out once. It's a triple threat, so keep whining. And he brought out his opponent. Once again, the jobber that everyone's talking about that's gotten very over now, this big now, is James Ellsworth. James Ellsworth was back, which this guy is getting a lot of popularity right now. And Styles said he's going to give him an opportunity. Even though the Miz beat the crap out of him, say you're gonna face me one-on-one, not for the WWE Championship, but you're gonna go one-on-one me the non-title. But Daniel Bryan came out and he told James Ellsworth, "I'm a huge fan of yours." And Dean Ambrose, you're the special guest referee. So it was AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose, which this match lasted a long time. I didn't think this match was going to go on that long. I'm not saying it would have been a squash match either, but the way this match went on with Dean Ambrose pretty much not even paying attention, taking everything out of his pocket and giving it to AJ, tripping him, looking at his phone while Ellsworth was tapping out to the calf killer, and signing an autographs fan is like, why? It was funny, but it did go on a little bit too long. Now, some are going to argue that what a way to make your WWE champion look like an idiot by having a jobber beat him. But I almost thought he broke James Ellsworth's neck at one point here with a Styles Clash. He almost like he hurt his neck. But Dean Ambrose hit him with 2 dirty deeds, and Dean Ambrose pretty much hit the 1, 2, 3, and James Ellsworth beat the WWE champion in the ring, AJ Styles, which even I'm surprised this jobber's gotten so much popularity. Listen, I've listened to this guy on Wrestling Soup, and I've heard him, and I guess I see why people like him. Some say he has no chin and everything, and I've seen he's been on people's podcasts a lot, and people have just been loving this guy all over the place, that they just keep calling him back. And now next week, he's getting a WWE title shot. Some people said James Ellsworth is more over in nearly, a day in a few month or two than Roman Reigns is in 2 years. And John Cena hasn't even beat AJ Styles yet, but James Ellsworth got a pin over AJ Styles. Which is just, why? I don't even know why, but I gotta give him, man, the guy, kids over, James Ellsworth, people are just loving him. And he beat the champion. I guess he's got a bright future ahead of him. He beat the WWE champion in the ring, folks. Right there. 1, 2, 3, even though it was just Dean Ambrose just screwing over AJ Styles to begin with. But, yeah. Even though Styles, he's going to repeat himself also. Orton had to get Kane into this feud now with the Rollins, Wyatt, and Harper tonight. AJ Styles was pissed at Shane Man, Daniel Bryan, and he's mad about his losses. But you just lost. Alright? And it'll be recorded history that James Ellsworth defeated the phenomenal AJ Styles. And he says, I'm going to take things in my own hands then. Harper and Bray Wyatt came out. Harper said this world makes him go to sleep, and he's now wide awake and he sees the light. His wife says the light shines bright, and the gods come for us. And Orton, you bring the monster with you because I brought mine. Orton and Kane went into Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper, mini Wyatt family, pretty much. I don't know. Tag team match. It pretty much ended with they did the sounder thing, and Kane disappeared, which most likely went under the ring, and Harper was on the other side, and Bray Wyatt barely hit a Sister Abigail, which looked horrible, and got the win over Randy Orton. I don't know why we keep this feud going anymore at this point, but I don't know why they're attacking each other at this point anymore. I don't know why they keep this going on SmackDown. I know they gotta stretch the roster, but this feud is just, they're just trying to get this over as best as they can, but it's just not working, in my opinion. It's just like they're just doing this just because and because. So that's why. Oh, I also should say Naomi went against Carmella, and Naomi won because Nikki Bella came out and attacked her. So I almost forgot about that. And Becky Lynch will face Alexa Bliss for the Women's Championship in Glasgow, Scotland on November the 8th. So I think I may have already said that earlier in the video, but whatever, it's going to happen. But highlight of the night, James Ellsworth pinning AJ Styles, and a lot of these multi-man Survivor Series. So we're getting everybody on the card, folks, for Survivor Series. So a lot of Raw versus SmackDown tag teams. But do we really need this many, though? I feel like we've seen it before already, but many times. But do we need more of it? I'm not sure, but we'll see. But I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.